But then I had to realize that we often confuse joy with happiness. We feel that when we hear the word joy, that what must accompany it is a feeling of happiness, of lightness, of cheerfulness. And when I think of joy in a spiritual context, it's not about the feeling of happiness. What it really is about is the life-sustaining divine energy that flows in, through, and between those extreme moments of life and death. There's two certainties in life: that there's going to be new life and there's going to be death. And I know that it's weird talking a lot about death on Joy Sunday, but those are the two certainties in life, right? In between those two, it's up for grabs. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to make great plans. We're going to love, we're going to lose. We're going to connect, we're going to disconnect. We have these certainties, and in between them, we just have this flow of life. Those of us know that we can make the best plans in the world that we want to make. There's my favorite saying: how do you make God laugh? Tell her your plans. Right? So there's this thing that we can't control, but the beauty in that is that often what comes to us in the midst of this unpredictability, this thing we have no control over called life, is that we get to experience the fullness of it. And the fullness of life is not just the happy moments. The fullness of life, yes, is the happy, it's the sad, it's the loving, it's the losing. It's the mystery of not knowing. It's being injured, it's the healing. This is the fullness of life. And in this fullness of life, when we remember to recognize that that's really what it's all about, and that throughout it all, if we let it, there's this divine truth, energy that can sustain us, that is joy. In Nehemiah, the prophet says, "Joy of the Lord is your strength." The joy of the Lord is your strength. And it took me a while. I often wrestle with that verse. I used to struggle with that verse. What does that mean? The joy of the Lord. Especially when we in unity acknowledge God as principle, not as, the bearded old man in the sky. What does that mean? The joy of the Lord is my strength. For me, what that means is that if God is principle, the sustaining principle, the immutable principles, the constancy of divinity as who I am, as who you are, as in all of life, that is what sustains us. That is what gives us the energy to navigate the love and the loss. That's what gives us the resilience to rise above our fears. That is what allows us, in the midst of all that happens in our lives, we can lean on and knowing that we're going to be okay. Not just lean on that knowing, but more importantly, leaning on each other.